London street gangs and how they became notorious. In 2018 alone, more than 150 murders took place in London, with a third of victims aged 16 to 24. Many of these killings were linked to gangs. Really, gangs have always been a serious problem in London. There are hundreds of criminal and street gangs in the city. Some consist of no more than just a few young men from the same neighbourhood or street clubbing together to sell drugs, whereas others can be large and complex syndicates, organisations with their global reach and network. Regardless of the scope, all are dangerous and work to the detriment of the city. How did those London street gangs become notorious? This video answers as it considers them one after the other. 1. Damned Crew. Let's start with the Damned Crew, also known as Cursed Crew, a group of young gangsters in the late 16th and early 17th century in London. They were noted for habitually assaulting passers-by and watchmen under the influence of strong alcohol. By 1600, Sir Edmund Baynham, a leading member of the Damned Crew, was arrested for being part of the Essex Rebellion and the Gunpowder Plot. He was a disaffected Catholic. He was arrested on the night of Tuesday, March 18, 1600, when he and some others left the Mermaid Tavern at midnight to foment trouble. Tried under the supervision of the Queen, he was sentenced to long years in prison. 2. NPK. This is a street gang located in Northumberland Park and Haringey. This gang has had various sustained feuds with several street gangs. NPK has been reported to have committed at least 4 murders in a single year and carried out several shootings and stabbings. Known as NPK Soldiers, its prominent members include Tyrrell Graham, O.J. Hamilton, Jaden O'Neill Critchlow and Shane Lyons. At the height of their gangster activities, members of the gang, including Tyrrell Graham, Jaden O'Neill Critchlow and O.J. Hamilton, were convicted for the killing of a teenage girl in London. They were jailed for 116 years in total. NPK was also reported to have been responsible for the brutal machete murder of the 19-year-old Kamali Gabidan Link, a WGM man. The same night, they also stabbed a man 8 times and shot him once. 3. 12 World. This street gang was located in Shepherd's Bush and Whitebush areas. Also known as W12, they were notorious street gangs in London between 2016 and 2019. An infamous incident occurred in 2017. The 12 World members harassed the grandmother of Mika Bedeau, a 1011 member also known as Horrid One or Huncho. As a reprisal, Bedeau and other 1011 members planned a ride-out against 12 World, but they were arrested. Also in September 2017, in an encounter between 12 World members and the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea, a 16-year-old was stabbed, leading to the arrest and sentencing of 8 members of 12 World. Its general and member General Emiriu, aka General Webster, was sentenced to 17 years in prison in 2018 for the death of Joanne Rand, the first mortality from an acid attack in the UK. 4. ACG. The ACG gang, also known as Sixth, is based in Beckton, Newham. It became notorious for dozens of stabbings and shootings in London. Recently, 4 ACG gang members, Sabir Rashid, Olutumi Bayuo, Kevin Tunga and Bruno Pereira, were jailed for holding a man against his will and brutally attacking him repeatedly in a dispute over £10,000, according to Metropolitan Police. The victim, in his 30s, was subjected to horrific violence for hours at the hands of these ACG members, fearing for his life. Another member of the gang, Isaac Dongho, was among the 5 gangsters who reportedly kidnapped and brutally tortured a 16-year-old boy on August 2, 2018 with a machete, gun, knives and hot water. They even filmed their victim after stripping him naked. They were jailed for more than 23 years. 5. Helbanians. Helbanians is a street gang believed to be formed and organised by Albanian gangsters living in the Gascoigne estate in Barking, London. Their criminal activities included drug trafficking, assault, robbery, murder and attempted murder. The prominent members of the gang included Vins, Stealth Gucci, Talk of the Town, Skrilla, Zero, LR, Brick and Kidnap the Money. Their notoriety came to light in 2016 when Tristan Al-Salani, considered the street gang's most prominent member, was sentenced to 25 years. He was guilty of offences around drugs and firearms. After a hot pursuit by the police, he crashed a car inside which 21 kilograms of cocaine, SMG and £6 million worth of drugs were found. To recruit members, they used Instagram, YouTube and Facebook to display their wealth and show off their accomplishments. 6. Marley Boys. The gang, also called Marley Strip, is an organised street gang based in Leighton and Walthamstow in East London, particularly the E10 and East 17. The gang that has been operating since 2015 is thus named because many of the founders were brought to London as children from war-torn Somalia. Their activities include assault, drug trafficking, robbery, murder, attempted murder and grand theft. Even by the violent standards of the city's fearsome gangland landscape, this gang is described by the police as the most business-driven, violent and ruthless. The Marley Boys, with a membership strength of around 50, are renowned for their uncompromising brutality. According to police, the gang is earning up to £50,000 a week from drug sales, and they have boys as young as 10 working for them. Their members have been jailed for several murders, stabbings and attacks. 7. The Firm. We have produced a video that highlighted this gang named The Firm, founded by the Cray twins Ronnie and Reggie, and how it became notorious. 8. Yiddishes. The Yiddishes is another one of the London street gangs you can learn about by watching that video. The predominantly Jewish gang was based in Whitechapel. 9. Torture Gang. We also spotlight the Torture Gang, also known as the Richardson Gang, in that video. By the time you see that video, you will understand how the gang that took its name after the family name of the founder became notorious, and how it became a gang having members with an infamous reputation as the most sadistic gangsters. 10. The Clockwell Crime Syndicate. Also known as the Addams Family, the Clockwell Crime Syndicate is run as a team by three brothers Terry, Patrick and Tommy Adam. To maximise the use of your time, we won't say more about this gang again as we fully profiled them in another video. 11. The Hoxton Mob. The Hoxton Mob is another one of the most notorious street gangs in London. As we have earlier highlighted, this one is based in Soho. 12. The Sabinis. The Sabinis is another street gang based in Clerkenwell. Known as the Italian Mob, we have told you that it's known as a protector of Little Italy. 13. Tottenham Mandum. We can also talk about the Tottenham Mandum, also known as Tottenham Mandem, TMD, or Mandem Crew, formerly as Frontliners or Tottenham Boys. Founded in the 1970s in Tottenham in North London, they've operated from the 1970s to the 2000s in Tottenham and South Tottenham as a gang with over 100 members and a Jamaican link. 14. The PDC. With the name fully meaning Public Demand Cartel, Praise Days Change or Poverty-Driven Children, even Peel Dem Crew or even Pussy Drugs Cash, the PDC operated as a street gang in Brixton, mainly the Angel Town estate in the 1990s, as the largest and most prominent street gang in the SW9 postcode. 15. Gas. Other notorious street gangs in London include Gas Gang, also known as Gas or GG, founded in the 2000s and based in Angletown, Brixton in South London. 16. Ghetto Boys. The city also has Ghetto Boys, founded in New Cross, South London, a street gang that has been operating since the 1980s in this area, and Deptford, Lewisham, SE8 and SE14 in South London. 17. Peckham Boys. Similarly, the Peckham Boys, also known as the Black Gang due to its affinity with the colour black, is a multi-generational street gang based in Peckham in South London since the 1990s. 18. Woolwich Boys. The Woolwich Boys are also in South London. They've been operating in Woolwich since the late 1990s with a membership strength of over 300, mostly Somalian. 19. The Hawkeye Bites. The Hawkeye Bites were a dreaded ancient street gang that terrorised the city in the 18th century. The gangsters targeted watchmen, women, children and older men in the streets after dark, killing or disfiguring their male victims and sexually assaulting their female victims. 20. The Mohawks. The Mohawks was another ancient street gang in London, founded almost immediately after Hawkeye Bites. The dreaded Mohawks had a similar mode of operation to their predecessors. This is by no means an exhaustive list of London street gangs. Please let this conversation continue. Kindly tell us if you know other London street gangs.